The colonel's voice echoed through the hallway. "Get him out of here. He doesn't belong in this unit." The young man turned without a word. No argument. No fight, but as he stepped into the light, the colonel froze. There, pinned to his chest, an unmistakable medal that changed everything. Before we go on, from where are you watching this story? Drop your country name in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. It was a routine orientation at Fort Belden. A fresh batch of recruits had just arrived, wide-eyed, nervous, eager. Among them stood Private First Class Daniel Reyes. He didn't speak much. His uniform was crisp, shoes polished, but something about him felt different. Older, not by age but by presence. Colonel Grant, a hardened leader with 20 years of command under his belt, was evaluating the new group. As he walked down the line, he stopped in front of Daniel. "You're not on my roster," the colonel said coldly. Daniel offered a salute. "Transferred from 173rd, sir." Colonel Grant squinted. "That unit was dissolved months ago." "No disrespect, sir," Daniel replied, "but I received direct orders after recovery. I'm here to complete my post-deployment assignment. Recovery." The word hung in the air like smoke. The colonel turned to his adjutant, cross-referenced his name with Central. "Something's off." Moments later, the response came. The system listed Daniel Reyes as KIA, killed in action. "Get him out of the barracks," the colonel ordered. "This has to be a mistake. Or worse, a scam," Daniel nodded. No protest. No explanation. He simply picked up his duffel and turned to leave. But as he turned, the colonel caught a glimpse of his left chest. A medal. Not just any medal. The Silver Star, reserved for gallantry in action. The colonel let out a breath. "Wait," he stepped forward, eyes fixed on the medal. "When did you receive that?" he asked. Daniel stopped. "Forward operating base outside Helmand Province. Pulled 2 out before detonation. Didn't make it out whole." He unbuttoned the sleeve on his left arm. Beneath it, a prosthetic. Seamless, military grade. The room was silent. Not out of confusion anymore, but respect. Colonel Grant slowly took a step closer. "You were in the Apache unit." "Operation Broken Shield?" Daniel gave a faint nod. "Yes, sir. We held the perimeter when backup didn't arrive. Took fire from 3 sides." The colonel's voice dropped. "I read your name. We thought—" His voice caught. "We thought you were gone." Daniel looked unsure whether to smile or stand at attention. "I was. For 3 minutes. Flatlined in the evac chopper. Doc brought me back." The colonel turned to his assembled officers. "This man was ordered out just now, because I made a call out of protocol and prejudice." He turned back to Daniel. "And I nearly dismissed. A man who's already given more than most ever will." He walked up and raised his right hand in a sharp salute. "To PFC, Reyes, reassigned, recovered, and resilient." One by one, the rest of the unit, new recruits and seasoned officers alike, fell into formation. Silence. Then, salutes. 12 men followed. Then silence again, until a single hand began clapping. A sergeant, then another. Soon, the entire hallway echoed with applause. Not for a miracle, but for a man who came back when no one expected him to. And didn't ask for recognition. PFC Daniel Reyes stayed, not because he had to, but because he chose to return. He trained the very recruits that once looked at him like a ghost. And the colonel? He later confessed in a letter, "Sometimes leadership isn't about orders. It's about recognizing the ones who already led by example." Daniel never sought the spotlight. He said very little. But every serviceman under him knew exactly who he was and what he represented: courage. Under fire, humility and victory, and loyalty, even after nearly losing everything. If this story touched you, share your thoughts down below. Where you're from, what it meant to you, we'd love to hear. And if you want more stories of real sacrifice, real courage, and the people who inspire without asking for recognition, subscribe for more. Because courage is never forgotten, and love for one's country never fade.